boat. And got some of the nicest, best people you ever want to run into. And so the boat caught fire. I was there 2 seasons. I lived on the boat. The boss let me stay on the boat, and we parked it in the Miami River. And we packed everything up in barrels. It was immaculate. The floors going down I had my own stateroom. I had my own room and everything. Them floors was that thick you didn't even know you were walking on them.
Really?
This boat was something else. I didn't know one person could have so much money.
Really?
I never give 17. I never gave money much as I thought. I always had a job. But until I went on that boat, and it was something else. Well, the engineer would get down there working the motors. You know, he was bad to drink, and had a mansion in Coral Gables, Florida, and I met his wife, good-looking wife. I asked him, what are you doing on this darned old boat? With all the money, he said, well, I've been with the old man most all my life. And he drank bad. And you know, he'd get drunk, and I'd have to get him out of his room, take him down there. The boss would be ready to go, see, and the captain would be up there ringing the bells, and I'd hold him, and he had to back. And he would listen to the bells. And I thought the world of me. When we hit Key West and all like that, we'd go out to on the town, you know, and I'd have the captain says, you bring Chief back. He knew that I'd bring, because I didn't drink.
Right.
And he knew I was the one to count on. I could pick him right up and carry him.
Wow.
And anyway, he could hear them bells, and we would be docked. This big boat would be docked right along the side like this, and he'd take that boat out by the bells. And the captain, see, he had to like give it a gas gear and all like that. These motors were like, you can eat off of them, chrome. You know, everything back with it. We had more meat and a big refrigeration session, and we had 15 crew, not counting the boss and whoever he had aboard. He had Roosevelt's granddaughters and all aboard. I took them riding in the boat and everything. And it was...
Which Roosevelt was it? Teddy or...
Roosevelt... Franklin. Roosevelt.
So this was in the 40s.
And they were heady.
30s.
What's his name? My boss, he was a Republican, Roosevelt Democrat. And his son, his grandson turned 21 while I was on the boat, and he got 21 million. Right there. That was all signed. All the lawyers was there on that boat, and I was in amongst all that right there. Right there when they were signing the paper.
You didn't get even one.
I didn't even get a $1 bill. Yeah. Well, that boat caught fire, and I was sitting back there in the mess hall, and I didn't even have a shirt on. It was the day after Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. I was 17, so you can figure about how many years that was. And boy, black smoke come right out on me. I couldn't see my hands in front of me. Oh, and I took off everybody I heard, you know, get off, and the chief engineer was down there. And I went down there. He said, get on out, CB, I'll be right on. I'll be right on. And I got to get this one. He knew where it started. And he done something. Oh, he pulled all the things for the emergency water sprayers to spray in there. And then I brought him out, and he come on out, and he disappeared. I couldn't see him. And I went to the after deck, and I looked down there, and I heard somebody jump overboard. I looked down, and I said, heck no, I can't swim down there. I can't breathe up there. I'm going up the top deck. And I started crawling up the top deck. And so, thank God I didn't decide to jump in that water. But we all got out of there all right.
That's good.
And he bought another boat and rented one. Kept half there ashore to work on there in the shipyards. It bought it from Russian people, from Russia, and it was all red inside, red mats. He tore all that out. he told the captain, get rid of all that red. I don't want no red in here. But
okay, now if you're 17 this is, you born in 1930, right?
29.
29. And 17 is 37? 46. It was after the
46
war.
years.
It was after the war.
46.
Yeah.
It's a year
Well,
after the war.
I was 17. The war ended in what, 44?
Yeah.
I was born in 29. Yeah, the war was over. Yeah.
But just barely.
And
So did they rebuild the old river?
no, it burnt. We got up there and I got to helping them, and the boss saw that I didn't have a shirt or nothing on, and it was chilly. The weather was bad, man. And so he gave me his coats and he had guns and all upstairs, and we were throwing them down. And the thing that the captain, what do you call that?
Compass?
Compass deal, and the bell. All really, high, it was high class. Everything we could get our hands on. We had boats up the side too, you know, they brought them up the side, and they had lowered them. The crew had by the time I got up there, and we were throwing them into them boats.
Binnacle.
Huh?
Binnacle, that's what you're talking about. The thing,
Yeah, I knew it was a funny name.
Yeah. I knew the name, but it's got the compass in it, but it's
Got the
designed-
compass and
it's
all
got
in
the
it.
compass and a clock, and it's completely it's not affected.
Well,
by
buddy, that
gravity.
captain knew his stuff. Boy, he was good. And his wife was the nurse to the boss. The captain had her name on it. Of course, he should have, because the boss had done been with him. His vagabondia, the Army Navy took that over to ship soldiers over to overseas.
I got
That's what it done through the whole war. It's never sunk.
Wow.
The old river,
I bought that from old Mike here.
the tanks, the big tanks and everything was full up front. And we were up there and it was burning back, and it had burned everything all right up even. And then when I saw the captain going over the rail, I was right behind him. And we went out of ways and we watched it come all the way to the water line and some.
So it burned to the water line and then some.
And some.
The stuff y'all were throwing off, was it safe?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, how was it safe? You throw it to another boat?
Yeah, the boat.
Those boats?
We had side boats, and he had the canoes that he bonefish. All he done was bonefish.
Wow.
God, he would catch the bonefish, and of course he should have. He had an old timer from Carl Gables, just special hired for his fish guy.
Wow.
Joe Fry. And he was born in the lighthouse. We'd go by it every time, and the captain would ring the bell and call him. Well, look, and when we went by, he was born up in that lighthouse. A lot of history there, and that's what I loved about it. And the people I met on that boat, they'd been around. And the maid, the Irish maid, she's strictly from Ireland, and oh man, she was all right. Her and I'd go to shore in Nassau. We would hire. What we done? We hired a buggy in Nassau. You ever been in Nassau? We'd hire 3 buggies, and then we'd hire a band. You can get a band right there. You know, everybody. Hire this band to get in the middle one, and then we'd all split up and get in each one, and we go all, and the horse pulling it, and away we'd go.
Wow.
Be in Nassau all night.
Sounds like a life.
Yep.
Can't see that.
It was. I didn't have to worry about money or nothing. I never spent none.
Yeah.
They bought me I was smoking a pipe then. I didn't even have to buy my tobacco.
Wow.
That maid would buy my tobacco for me. She would go to shore. You know what he done? They sent a seaplane over to pick up our laundry. In the Bahama Islands.
Oh my
If you
God.
see pictures of the Bahama Islands, I've been on every one of them.
Seaplane, do we go?
Yep.
Goodness gracious.
Yep. I got pictures of it. I got a big, up close of the old river before it burned up.
Really?
It was the biggest one. The Vagabond was a different, they named it the Russian boat.
Mm.
It was a different shape and all, but it was in good shape. But he had a whole crew completely redo it, tear it all down inside, while we were out on the windswept.
Mm.
The windswept owned by President Hoover, and they were buddies. And
Wow.
the old Hoover just told him to come and go and get the, and he picked half of the crew stayed ashore to work on the new boat that he bought. The other half went in the windswept, and I was picked to go in the windswept.
So how far north did you ever get? Did you ever get up to Georgia?
No. No,
Just
if it was in Georgia line, maybe when we were in the Bahamas, we're all south. We didn't even go to Cuba, but we went to Nassau, a bunch of trips there, and over on the right. Then we would cross over and go across the Gulf Stream, and that was pure.
So you just spent all your time in the Bermuda Triangle.
Yep. I get so
It's a wonder
sick.
you're alive.
Yeah.
Hey, I would get so sick that roaring I'll get sick telling it. And down. Oh, going across, you leave Miami, and you would, and they had to get other people to do my job.
Really?
Sure did. They had to put me
You
in
got
the
sick?
bed. I sucked lemons and you name it. They had pills they give me. I
Wow.
still got deadly.
Mm.
But then once we got, this is after, if I couldn't see land, is when it was bad.
Right.
But whenever we got to the islands, just fine.
Mm.
I get right over it. But that was some experience on that boat. I looked up getting that job.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, that sounds.
I hope when I'm your age, I have something to say like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
well,
have stories to
you
tell.
can tell about the bands you've been teaching.
Yeah.
All these guys.
Man,
That's
that's something, I love music.
Well,
I can't even
to have
sing.
somebody like you think that my life has some value makes me feel good.
It is.
Because yours, I look up to you like a superstar CD.
Well, I got a whole bunch. More than that.
Mm-hmm.
Sure have.
I had another lawyer who I think is a lot better lawyer than me, but he was telling me how he's having trouble making living. Well, you just gotta tell everybody these legend stories, like this one, like the one me and you did together. I said that's a legend.
Mm.
You just need to tell everybody you did it. Just 'cause I was there don't mean you didn't do it. It was his case. I just turned it.
Right. Man.
You want what?
I told him that most of life is just making people think you're what you're trying to be. After that, they know you are.
Look, Abby, go with her. Go with her, Abby. Look,
I was on a big trail ride off of the Swanee